Hello, welcome to Old Mutual on the Money. My name is Thabo Hollo. In South Africa, we are told that the world of entrepreneurship is a very important world, yet it can be very daunting. Today, we are joined by one of the success stories. Poga,
That.
how are you, my good
The
sir?
camera.
Ke a leboha.
I'm all good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We are told that
Yes.
this world of entrepreneurship can be very tough.
Yes.
It takes more than just a skin in the game to make it work.
That's correct.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Abuti.
All right. Thanks for having me, Old Mutual, on the money. My name is Lehlohonolo Mofokeng, from Soweto. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in the entrepreneur space for almost now, I think, 22 years. I had an opportunity of being through university. I did a BSc in IT because I was born in an entrepreneurial family. My dad's background and his brothers and sisters, they're all in the business side of things. So yes, had an opportunity of working in one of the groomers of entrepreneurs, which was then Umsobomvu Youth Fund. Wow. And that's where, again, being born from a family of entrepreneurs, now I was then in the university of being of entrepreneurs. So I learned a lot from there. And then, yes, 22 years later, I'm
still in the game.
I'm still in the game.
You're still in the game.
I'm still in the game.
And I suppose family is important, but let's focus a little bit on that family background.
Yes.
Would you say you did not have any other option but to go the entrepreneurial road, given that family is everybody is involved, and that seems to be if not the only way to go ahead in life? Would you say the major driver to your role here, entrepreneurship, was around the issue of family?
Yes, it was. I've seen what my family has done for the community, and I've seen what the business has done, or even the entrepreneurship has done for them. All of them, they at some point in their lives they did work an 8 to 5, but then they branched into the entrepreneur space because I think the calling was there, But with any other entrepreneur, the story is different, They started from an 8 to 5, and then they branched out because they saw a need. And just to answer you, is because I've seen what the family has done, because now you create jobs, you uplift the community. So for me, it was a no-brainer because I could see the value that it brought to the whole scheme of things.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But let's pause there a moment, family. Would you say, was it part of the daily discussion about business growing up? Was there some sort of a handover, if you want to call it that? The business to say, Mora, this is how a business is run. Was it part of the daily talk, Kadu?
Unfortunately, it was not. It was a mix of two, but unfortunately, it was not a daily talk, to be honest with you. Back in the days, it was not as now, whereby you can sit with your son or your daughter and be like, hey, man, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because now, these days, it's kids, they are more liberated. They'll tell they want to be a singer or they want to be a piano artist, But then with us, it was all about schooling, But with anything else, they'll say, go to school because, you want to be a doctor or you want to be a lawyer or whatever the case. But in terms of daily talks around business, we didn't have that. However, I think as me growing up, because I grew up being in part of their business. After school, I'll go to visit. My auntie had a quarter business, a fast food. He used to sell quarters to schools. Then my uncle had a taxi business / he had I'll call it a canopy business. Yeah. My dad had a car servicing. My other uncle had a tent business. So somehow I found a way, and without them asking me, after school, I'll go to visit this other one. But then I'll get to see how they get to run their business, So
you picked up quite a few lessons out of that.
That's correct. And you understand it was a mixed business. So I'll understand, okay, this one runs it differently. This one is more corporate. This one is more on the lower LSM.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I would be able to mix the two. Yes, to be honest with you, I won't lie to you. Only probably when I was maybe after varsity, I started now engaging with my dad, with my uncle.
Now you're talking serious business.
That's correct. Yes.
But let's go back to that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about money then.
Yes.
You are exposed to different businesses. I'm sure you see money flowing up and down.
Yes.
In terms of talking about money, was there any? I understand you didn't talk about business, but what about money? Hey, Muna, how much did you have those kind of discussions with the folks at home?
And actually, I did. So what happened is my dad was very strict because he was the eldest. He was very, very strict. So him, it was all about leave the money for now, go to school.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'll come back. Like, I remember when we started doing recording of CDs.
Yes.
You know, I'll buy empty CDs, you know, sell it because it was a big thing. People were recording on that. And I came up with an idea as well before then when computers were still big, because in terms of, you know, like your normal LCD, I came up with I bought this equipment. You used to repair keyboards. Okay. Because keyboards, when they clog dust, you can't get to work efficient. So my dad was like, you know what, this thing is disturbing you. You know, just leave this thing a bit. I mean, yes, you know. So with my uncle, it was different. I mean, my uncle, he was from the hood, and my uncle, he had a street cred. So he'll say, look, let your dad push you that, which is good. That's your fallback plan. But I want to teach you how we do it in the real life. This is the real life. And it really, really helped me because he showed me another side of the world that I didn't get to see. You know, he would take me to probably the informal segments.
All right.
And that's where we used to probably, you know, banana car. There was this thing, banana car, whereby we bring bottles it goes to show me, you know, two sides of the world. To say, okay, look, this is how you need to balance it. So with them, it really helped me. You had one who had the street cred, you had the one who had a corporate, you know, so it kind of balanced.
So you had the best of both
and
worlds.
It checked out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And still on money, would you say your earlier interactions with money has informed in another way your future relationship with money? What have you learned, at least from your earlier age, that would inform how you manage your money right now?
Yeah. So this is how we used to do. You know, when you go to school, right?
Yes.
You'll get your 10 rand. Yeah. Right. So my dad, he was that guy to say 10 rand, at least save 5 rand. Yeah. You had that money box. We used to have it a piggy bank. Yeah. But now with my uncle, it was different. You know, my uncle used to earn it.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. But he never said to me, come and work with me or come help me. It was up to you. So what happens is after ritual with the banana carrot bottles, you need to segment them by color.
Okay.
Right. All of that. And then clean the van, you know. Then he'll never give me the money. He'll save it for me, right? Then only at the end of the week, he'll be like, hey, here's your $50. But this $50, for me to double it, I need you to do 1, 2, 3. So what happened is this, he then taught me, I think more than anything, the respect for money. Start saving it because I'll come to him and say, I want a Cavella or I want a bicycle, you know? And he'll be like, no, you need to save up towards that. And then he'll never say, he'll say to you, you've saved 800 rand, but the bicycle is 1.6. So it's fine. It's 50-50. I'll buy it for you. But you get to earn it. So with my dad was, go to school. There's your carry. You save it. Whatever you do with your money, you do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So from the early age, yes, they did help me in terms of respecting money and saving at an earlier age and understanding the whole monetary value behind it.
The real value of money. So would you say, at this current state, you are more of a saver than a spender of money?
Yeah. So to be honest with you, it's and I'll touch on this. COVID has shown us that saving it's a good idea. Yeah. You know, you need that safety net. You need that basket. Right. So I'll in a nutshell, it's they say save for rainy days. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So yes, you can be a person that gets to save. Yeah. There's nothing wrong being a spender. I mean, sometimes just thank yourself, right? Yeah. Buy that nice thing that you want. But saving it really helps in terms of those rainy days. You are able to tap into that. I mean, COVID showed us that when things started slowing down, a lot of people, they got a bit shaky to say, hey, I didn't have money saved enough. I didn't have money for that. So yeah. So
saving
70-30. 70-30.
So spend a bit, and then save a lot.
There you go.
Let's go back to the issue of entrepreneurship, particularly township entrepreneurship. Is a word that is bandied around now. Everybody is talking about. What is your view in terms of where we are in terms of the state of township economy? Is it something that you personally would recommend that people get into?
I will definitely say that 100%. Yeah, and I'll tell you this is, back in the days, I remember when I grew up, we never had malls in the townships. The only thing that we'll have a shop at the corner,
Yes.
and you'll have meorekisang the veggie, right?
Yeah.
So now, with the township economy growing, now you see a lot of malls coming to the township. That should say something, because then it's saying what they're doing is they are then bringing value to the township, as in terms of, instead of you driving from Soweto to Southgate, Maponya showed us that, to say I can bring what Southgate has even better, I can bring it closer to your doorstep. So what he then does is, you don't have to spend money on transport, you save money on time, as well as in terms of convenience. So township economy, I still say it has the biggest potential, and it's still growing each and every day.
And it's still the source of growth.
It is still the source of growth. It's the one of the job creation drivers. Let's just be honest. You find a person that has a smaller fish and chips or a quarter place. They hire 1 or 2 people, right?
So that's employment
creation.
That's
correct.
Right?
So you have 100 of those. How many families that you're covering right there? And the nicest thing about it is the same employees that you have, you're driving locality. They don't have to take taxes. So whatever that they're able to get every month, they don't have to spend money on, because they walk to work.
So no, you cut down unnecessary expenses.
So with the township, we're not neglecting the urban. But as in terms of the township economy, it's one of the biggest drivers of economy. We all know that.
Having grown up in a township myself, one of the few observations that I've had, which is sad and unfortunate, is I remember those shops, those corner shops, those little 2-3 shops that used to be owned by Ntate Mamang and Ntate Mamam.
That's correct.
And sadly, the observation is, once Ntate Mamam passes away, they also somehow dissipate, right? What would you say is the lessons learned out of that? How critical is it to pass on the lessons? And were you fortunate enough to learn some of these things, given where you are at the moment?
Yeah, the word that we always hear out there is legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to put race into it. The other different skin color, they've mastered it. Because see, the thing is, with legacy, there's a lot of things that are tied to legacy. So Ntate Mang had a shop, and he was the only sole runner of that shop. He knew all the suppliers, he knew pricing, he knew basically all the operations. So he was the sole. Either wasebetsa or asebetsa o shebile bana. Bana don't get to be part of the business, because by sekolong a khotla sekolong ba dula ko hae, ntate wa sebetsa wa chaisa o tla hae. Now, what then happens is Ntate Mang, God forbid, he passes. Nobody knows about the business. So what happens is either the brother or maybe the son is trying to take over the business, but it's late at that time, because he doesn't know anything, right? And again, remember that they own a relationship. He knows how to run a business, because
so
relationship is there. He passes, nobody knows about it. That money is gone. It needs to be written off. Now, he's running the business. Like that, so the relationship is not there. So continuity is not there, because we can talk about legacy, but it starts from, if I can just say, either the family or the kids being part of the business as it grows. Because look at the Jews. We are high. What's the homework? After that, they go to the shop.
To the business.
They sweep the floors. Pizza. He's learning the business at that age.
Oh, wow.
By the time Tata retire or so what happens is he's able to run the business, because he knows the business. So yes, issue of continuity is a very important one.
Critical.
It is critical.
Building legacy, building continuity is critical.
Now.
We've mastered the art of the township economy with entrepreneurship.
True.
Now we venture into other things. Student accommodation.
There you go.
Many other things.
Yes.
Tell me about your journey into going beyond just the corner shop yako location.
Yeah.
What is it being like?
Yeah, so I'll give you an example, Kanna, right? I'm a case in point. So what happened is post me leaving Umsobumbu Youth Fund, where I got my degree now. Now I had
Now
my
you sorted.
yeah,
Now you have this thing.
now I got my jacket on now. Yeah, I've graduated right now. So managed to get into an IT company because I had the BSc background. Ran a very successful IT company for almost 8 to 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately things happened. We had a fallout, right?
Yeah.
But in that fallout, I had started diversifying. That's when now I started Shisanyama, because it was a trending thing at that time.
Oh, wow.
I started a Shisanyama called Bafokeng Corner, right?
Yeah.
So because I saw the need, I'm like, okay, look, there's Shisanyama, but there's few elements that I can able to add value into the Shisanyama. Build it up 2015. Today we are 10 years. In that 10 years, I started building Mutla Holdings. It's a holding company that I had, which is still here. So in that holding company, then I started having, now it's Bafokeng Corner. It's a Shisanyama, there's a car wash, it has a chilling place, it has a nightlife. Nice. All is good.
All right.
Then now the proceeds from there, I started having Bafokeng properties. Okay. So I had an opportunity when I was then, where Bafokeng Corner is, managed to buy the property.
All right.
Right. So bought the properties. I'm like, okay, look, I can start doing insourcing. Why do I have to go rent? Then I started looking into property. Then started the property portfolio, started buying houses. All right. Turned some of them to B&B, started turning them to student accommodation, others commercial. Then from that, I started having a Bafokeng Auto Center. Auto Center is basically, it's basically a mix of a tire fitment center and a service center.
And a service center.
Right?
Okay.
Then the spin-off from that, yeah. I saw a need. I'm like, I'm getting a Bidvest that comes and do sanitation for me. I'm like, no, let me do insourcing. Then I started having Bafokeng hygiene and facilities.
Okay.
Then I'm doing my own hygiene. I'm doing my own electricity, plumbing. I'm doing everything insourcing. So now what I'm doing is I'm creating jobs. Now it's another element. Okay. Then I started from there. Then I had the farm village.
Okay.
So basically there it was like a restaurant / a B&B, yeah, right, with the element of a farmers market. Okay. Even if I'm not doing farming, but I wanted to bring farmers, yeah, and then we're able to bring that into the space. And then now that I have the property space, yes, now I have a Mutla Holdings, now I have all those elements sitting, yes, right there. Yes. I'm like, okay, cool. All is well, right? Yeah. I mean, my Boeing 747, it's on autopilot. Everything is running smooth. I have my processes, yes, I have my employees, everything is running smoothly. Yes. Right? Then COVID happened. Yeah, then not crash landing now. Not just soft landing, crash landing. Crash landing. Yeah, no, crash landing, right? So had to lose a lot of business, had to close some of the business, had to let go of people. Wow. So with all that said is, Mutla Holdings is still there. We're in the process of rebuilding. All right. So now going back to what you said is in terms of savings. Yeah. Savings, that safety net that I had, you're cashing it out. But now COVID took long to turn things around. To recover. To recover. Yes. So yeah, some of the things you end up holding, so you suspend this, you suspend that, up until you're able to come up.
Right. Yeah. But out of COVID, surely there must be lessons. I like the stories of diversifying.
That's correct.
Businesses, right?
That's correct.
In terms of COVID and diversifying,
yes,
what would you say are the lessons that we can take into the nation? And should COVID 2025, God forbid, I'm hoping it doesn't happen.
Touch wood.
Should it happen? What are the things that we need to take out of diversifying the businesses and waiting for the pandemics into the next level?
Look, I'll say this. We must never stop diversifying.
Never stop.
Yeah. If it wasn't for diversification, I wouldn't be here. I would have closed everything. Oh, yes. So with a bit of one rent getting there, two rent there, you put it together, you rebuild this one, you move to this one, and then. Now what COVID has taught me. COVID has taught me that one shouldn't stop marketing. You shouldn't stop marketing. Because now the drive that you have, and what COVID has then done for me as well, it has made me to think outside the box. Wow. We had to think outside the box. Wow. You know, things that we never used to do, we started doing it because COVID showed us that actually, no, you know, I don't really need a bigger van.
Yes.
You know, I can get a scooter. You know, certain things you downgrade, but they make sense. So yeah. So then thinking outside the box, with the case in point, I started seeing that there's a because I used to concentrate on the higher LSM.
All right.
You know, I'm like, no man, you know what? There's a lower LSM market that one can tap into.
Yeah.
Irrespective of another COVID comes in, I'll still stay afloat because all the business that we had because what was the word that we had? What were they called? The nurses and remember there's a term that they had whereby those ones were allowed to work.
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So what is
essential services?
Essential services.
Essential
so
services.
I was not part of the essential services. So I had to sit at home. I mean, they'll be like,
we can do without you.
So the only essential service that I had, which was like 0.5, it was the car one, the auto center, because they need the JNPDs and all of that, they needed to come in.
They still needed to use.
But however, it has then shown me to say, we need to find that service, whether irrespective of what happens. You know, so that either selling bread, you need to sell bread. People need to eat.
They need to eat.
Yeah. So COVID has taught me that you need that business, irrespective of what happens. It will always open.
So diversifying, staying afloat, even in the midst of a pandemic. Yes. Let's talk about Dikoloto, debt.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We know that debt can sink you.
Yes.
But at the same time, we carry a whole lot of debt.
That's correct.
In the business environment.
That's correct. Yeah.
What is your relationship with debt?
You know, two things. Yeah. And I'll start with the most uncomfortable one. It's not easy to owe a person, or either to owe an entity.
Yes.
It's not easy. Past COVID, I'm still owing.
Yeah.
Right. So what then happened is when that happens is you get to shut down, because when you owe a lot of people, you get to shut down because now phone rings and you don't want to answer it.
You start screening calls.
You start screening calls. You answer because answer.
Yes.
Right? So with one still recovering from COVID and recovering the business as well, the debt is still there. However, it's the lessons learned that I've had is don't be scared to negotiate. Don't be scared and to talk to your creditors. Don't. Yes. And that's one thing, the bad mistake that I did was that. Because now, this guy's not taking this seriously.
How serious?
Right?
Yes.
The bank calls you,
yes.
and make a plan. You know, because now it's heavy when you owe a lot of people. But now you don't think of that. So, but my advice is when you're in that state, open up.
Open up.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna take you to jail. Nobody's gonna hurt you. You know.
Yes,
yes. Sit down with them. 100 rand.
Yeah.
You know, can I do 80 cents every month?
Every month.
Yeah. At least I'm paying towards something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And in the banks, they went and say, guys, kind of that 3 months freeze or whatever that they call it, holiday.
Yes, the payment holidays.
Payment holidays. Because they could tell, or people are not working anymore on all of that.
Yes.
So it has told me those two things.
Wow.
You know, don't be scared to open up. Face it. It'll pass. It never rains forever.
True,
it never rains forever. Yes.
True. The one thing though, Puka, that I wonder if and you exposed to the world and you let me know.
Yes.
The world of insurance in cases of unforeseen pandemics, right? Mm-hmm. How prevalent is the insurance in particularly in a township economy? Mm-hmm. For instance, whether we like it or not, in 2020 the floods, they do affect us in the township.
They do.
The pandemics, they do. Are we aware as business people of the products, the insurance that could help us navigate that? Is it something that is even in a consideration in your space?
I think we are aware. Now, I don't want to lie to you. From an individual right to an entrepreneur, we are aware of insurances in whatever form.
Okay.
However, there's challenges, right? So let's say you take Lehlohonolo, who can be able to get Old Mutual to come and do an assessment on his business, for insurance, for asset finance and insurance. What you call it, vehicle finance. They can group it as a business, right? Lehlohonolo is able to afford that 3,000, 4,000 rand to cover that, right? Now, unali ntate Tshepo o ko khoneng. Right? Yes, unali a small business, unali shop ya high, it's running. But now, can he able to afford
the
the
insurance?
insurance? He knows that he needs it. Because unali veninyana, unali stoko. If anything had to happen to the business,
I hear you.
You know, he's aware of that. So for me, it's you know, like for instance, likes of the old mutual.
Yes.
They need to do. They need to give. How can I call it? What is the name I'm looking for? It's insurance 101.
Oh yes.
Do those small seminars, invite business owners to say, actually, insurance, it is affordable. We can tailor make it
for your own business.
Yes, because we're not a business insurance, we're not 80,000 rand. Oh, to find out you can pay 400 rand.
Yes,
cover a theft, maybe, or a fire, case of fire. I mean, we had a kind of riot. What not riot? Looting. What is that?
Yes, absolutely. I remember that.
You know,
I remember that.
A lot of businesses suffered. Can you imagine? There's big, I won't name them, big franchises that didn't have insurance. Yeah, their shops closed. You ask him, you own X and Y.
What happened?
Bro, I didn't have insurance. I thought something like this will never ever happen.
Wow.
You know? So we are aware of insurances, but sometimes you get to be afraid because you're thinking it's of thousands. Yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah. So same thing with individuals. Individuals, whatever these days, you need to have a funeral, you need to have a life cover. There's still a lot of people who don't have that. Wow. Because yeah, dura or get this thing out. Hey, what's working? I can 800 rand a year. Marwai shock, you know? Wow. Yeah. So yes.
So but what we need to work on is getting to those spaces where we conduct the seminars to get the business people, particularly in the township environment, about insurance.
Yeah. And when even Old Mutual, when you do it, I mean, from my 2 cents worth, when they do it, they need to do it in a small scale. So let's say by a Soweto, but get businesses in
Mapele.
Yeah. Yes. You know, get them in a hall. And then so that over that interaction, so that you're able to sit in that Thabo's Lehlohonolo individually. And explain, because the high go whole and really go grouping, it's sometimes it gets overwhelming.
We might not get it.
And but they are shy to able to come to a consultant because sometimes insurance is personal. You know, there's a lot of things that forms part of the insurance. So in small groups like that, it adds value. You know, because you'll have invited individuals and business owners in that particular area. I'm telling you.
No, it makes sense. Yeah. It makes absolute sense.
Yes, sir.
I want us to go back. When we started the conversation, you told me that in the olden days, discussions such as that were very touchy. Yes. It was a very distant relationship. Now, you are where you are. Yes. You have a future. Do you think, going forward, your relationship in terms of money and your generation, the generation that follows, is it important to talk about money? And when do we start? Do we start as when they're old? When do we want to start having those conversations? How important is that conversation with the generation that comes after you?
The time is now. The time is yesterday, actually, not even now.
The time is yesterday.
Yes. Because, you know, this is a term, they say new money.
New money, yes.
Yes. That's a dangerous term.
Wow.
Yeah, because new money, it's giving the problems that we are seeing now. Because now you get exposed, and being exposed, you don't have to be being from a millionaire or a rich family. Because now when you get exposed at a later stage, I understand. I will see you don't see the value. So when you started from a younger age, like for instance, it's the nicest thing of late, it's banks now, they have cards and even Khale they used to have.
Absolutely.
Aren't really the piggy banks, because piggy banks, it was a way of teaching us for here 5 rand, here 2 rand.
Yes.
You know, right now the value of money has grown a little bit in a sense that, I mean, of note, 10 rand is 1 rand. Yeah, back in the day.
Oh yes.
So now it's we need to start teaching them now to say, here's a bank account, right? So allowance here, how 1,000 rand.
Yes.
Of the allowance, remember, it's in Alia Kiri and Losala 400 rand. Yes. So 400 rand, 200 into the card, and then 200 how if you want to be able to go to movies and stuff like that. I'm just saying. So basically, what it then shows, you start showing the element of saving. Now what he then does is this person grow at that element out. I need to respect money. That's number one.
Respect money.
That's number one. You need to respect it. Now you see the value of money. Because now okay, my 200 rand by the end of the year is 2.4.
Oh yes.
Yeah, PlayStation Copa. Then I 2.4. At
I
least
can actually buy it myself. Can you say
Then PlayStation he will respect it because charity hides in there. You know? Right now he can't just say give it a PlayStation, you buy it, game you are. So he needs to know I'm part of this. I need to make sure that I take care of it. So yes, teaching them about money is of yesterday.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So we must start yesterday.
Yes.
Let's talk about the future. Mutla Holdings.
Yes, sir.
What next? Where do we go from here?
I spoke of crash landing.
Oh yes, you've crash landed.
Yeah, my 747.
Are we rebuilding the
my 747 crash? So I'm coming back with the Airbus now.
Oh wow!
I'm coming back with the Airbus A380. A380.
Bona, forget the pool.
No. The Rolls Royce engines now they need to kick it. So, with a lot of lessons I've learned, past COVID, post COVID.
Yeah.
Now it has shown me that one needs to do things differently, and one needs to find a niche. Okay. It's good to diversify, but one needs to find a niche. So I'll give you an example right now. It's I saw a need. So Bafokeng Corner, we sell a lot of meat because we buy meat. So we end up having carcasses and bones.
Okay.
So what we do is we cut bones.
Yes.
So in the community,
okay.
So it started to get to a point whereby come Tuesday, there's a long queue. I can't give everybody masab. Because now Baba Mbatwa white seat, and I used to do it for the community. But now because I don't have a database or mangma.
Yes.
So masapo ao baenda babalwana.
Oh, wow.
Up until
that's sad.
One khona kona hlona rexetse masapo a. Arwarek. It will limit this whole thing of congestion.
Oh, yes.
Then this is now post-COVID. Now thinking outside the box. And I'm like, no man. You know what? There's an opportunity that I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
So one of the entities that I have now is I have day-by-day foods. So day-by-day foods basically is I'm doing offal offerings. So basic offal, anything that has to do with malana, dikilana, kakwana, scopo, right? I'm selling, I've opened a company that does that. So now what it then does is it has shown me that there's an LSM that I was neglecting. So now those bones and all of that, I'm putting that as a package.
Yeah.
So concentrating on that LSM. And it's working very well because with the economy at this point in time, its affordability is a bit of a crisis. So now it's the offal. I've added the eggs. I've added the chickens. And then I'm doing a bigger confectionery in terms of bread. So now I've made it a value add to a point where how reka, for instance, how reka for 100 rand of the offal. Me for 100 rand, I give you 6 eggs for free.
Wow.
So when you buy 450, I give you a value meal. So I've done value meals at 30 rand. Yes, Bafokeng is still there because it serves a different LSM. But now this LSM, I'm sitting at a person can able to walk in a plate at 30 rand. Trust me, they appreciate. They appreciate. You come there right now at one of our concept stores.
Yeah.
It's working wonders. To a point there right now, I'm going out there for scalability. I want to be able to scale it out so that every location, So Mutla Holdings, it will grow where we left it before COVID. The auto center will all reopen again. Bafokeng Corner will grow.
Okay.
Day by day as well, we'll start serving people of a different LSM. So basically, diversification is not only on one LSM.
Yes.
It's throughout.
Now it's touching different markets.
All markets, yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Puga. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very inspiring, I must say.
Thank you very much.
Particularly growing just from the dust salvation into a literal empire. Right?
That's correct.
That's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
We had that. So building a legacy, absolutely critical. Handing over to the next generation, imperative. When you are in debt, talk to your debtors. Do not run away from credit. It can build you. But most importantly, when that plane crashes, you can rebuild it and start from scratch. We learned that from Bafokeng. Thank you.